What's up, graysonreport? Happy Saturday. What's up? I do apologize. I'm kind of underneath the weather, but I didn't want to miss you guys. What's up, Nikki Bella, Tammy, Delia Lux, D Nice, Mr. Ruck Gaming. What is up? How's everyone doing? How is your weekend going? And I'm probably gonna be talking to myself. So, whoever's listening out there, what's up, Lisa Boo? And again, I do apologize. I'm kind of underneath the weather, so I'm probably not going to be my chipper self. So I do apologize. Chris, what's up? Matthew, going Obi-Wan, going hello there. Tyrana, what's up? How's everyone's Saturday going? We got rain, so I kind of stayed. I was driving. Oh my god, I have a story to tell you guys. I was driving home last night and it was pouring. I could not see. I almost turned back. I almost went back, but thank you, Lisa Boo. But I could not see. I was so scared driving home last night. But luckily, by the time I reached, I went down further the freeway. The rain kind of, died down a bit, so I was able to see. But oh my god, I was so scared. It's not raining now, as far as I know, but it's cold. Anybody watch anything interesting? I'll wait a few minutes for people to trickle. Anybody watch anything interesting this weekend? I watched Chris Barber Goes Funny, how you and Lewis always get sick together. It's cute. He's always giving it to me. I actually thought I escape it, but I usually get it last. Logical Spock, what's up? Lisa Boo goes, we had snow again today. Logical Spock does not watch TV. I was watching, what did I watch? I caught the it's on Hulu, Shogun. I actually kind of liked it. It's kind of like that period drama in 1600 Japan. So it was kind of cool. And then I'm really into Heather Salvatore. I want snow. I don't watch TV. And then I don't really watch, well, I guess I do now cuz I have time. And then I'm like really into The Last Avatar on Netflix. I didn't think I thought it would be something I would like, but I actually do enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. So I actually kind of was watching it before I went on the stream. Chris Barber watched Voyage of the Dementor. What did you think of it, Chris? I was kind of disappointed in it when I saw it. The idea was cool, but I felt like I was a little disappointed. Logical Spock goes, there was an older version of Shogun series back in the 90s. I think I remember that. What's up, D Nice? Dusty Lane, how's it going? Chris Barber liked it? Oh, cool. I was a little disappointed in it, but I'm kind of glad that you liked it. Logical Spock watched 2001 A Space Odyssey. Oh my gosh, I have not seen it. Yeah, D Nice, I changed my background to a different color just to try something different. I had to remember what app it was because I hadn't changed it in a while. I'm like, oh, it's this app. And then what else did I watch? I'm trying to think. I think that was it. It was Shogun. Oh, I tried to watch Warrior on Netflix. Oh, yes, Nikki Bella is reminding everyone it's Lisa Boo's birthday. Let's wish Lisa Boo a happy birthday. Hearts for Lisa Boo, guys. Heather Salvatore goes, Netflix turned the Bridgerton into soft porn, so I canceled it. Chris Barber goes, some of the casting was weird. Chris Barber, the one guy, the guy that got bit in the neck. The Russian guy. I don't know if he plays a Russian guy in there, but I met him. Steven Kapisic is the actor. I met him at a Mad Monster. I got to take a picture with him. Gunner Girl, what's up? Thank you, Gunner Girl. I appreciate it. I met him. It was a while ago, but it was at a Mad Monster. He was right across from us, and he's a cool guy. Very cool guy. His I met his wife. I think it's his wife now. At the time, I don't think they were married, but I met his wife at the time too. And they're super cool people. And it's also Heather Salvatore's mother's birthday. So hearts for Heather Salvatore's mom as well. Happy birthday to your mom. And as always, guys, Skeleduck is somewhere in this background. Just remind me before the end of the stream and I reveal its location. That is super cool. And happy second day of March as well. Spring is upon us. But I'm kind of liking this crazy weather we're having. Heather Salvatore is like going to change my name. Lisa says, what is it? Danny let go? What's up, Eliza Unique R? How cool. That's why I kind of changed the color. I was hoping that maybe it'd make it easier to see the background. Tyrannus thinks she sees an eye. Alright, guys, I'm going to wait a few more minutes for people to trickle in before I get into the main topics. Heather goes so close, better than Salvatore. I usually start off with the main topic, but I may start off with something first, something else different. Heather Salvatore goes, will Coulson be better? I can pronounce that one. Chris Berg goes, the red light works better than it's supposed to be like fire. So it changes color a little bit. I didn't want it to be blinking or anything. Hell with it. I'll start with the first. Have any of you heard of the SS Ourang Medan? I guess is how you pronounce it. D-Nice, that's what I was thinking. D-Nice goes, you have me thinking of Ghost Ship all day, so might watch that tomorrow. Ghost Ship has the most epic opening scene. If you have not seen it, see it. And it also has a badass what is it? What the hell is the name of that band song in it that goes with it? And it's like played throughout the entire movie. Oh my god, that's gonna kill me, that band. It's the opposite version of Hell Yeah, but with the same singer. And the lead singer is called Chad. What the hell's the name of Mudvayne? There you go. Mudvayne. So if you guys haven't seen Ghost Ship, check it out. That scene, oh my gosh, I sometimes just watch the opening scene of that movie just to watch it because I love that opening scene. Yes, he is, I believe. Chris Barber's acting as Gabriel in that. But so that's what, yeah, it kinda, this article kinda reminds me of it. I just saw it popped up on my feed, and I was like, "Oh, this is interesting." Thank you, Eli Eliza. Mudvayne. I had a brain fart. I remembered his other band, but I couldn't remember Mudvayne. Go figure. Nikki Bella has the movie and has seen it many years ago. I think the last time I watched it, I think it was last year where I watched it all the way through, but most of the time I just watch it for the opening scene. D Nice goes, I wonder how many ghost ships are in the Bermuda Triangle. There's probably a gazillion. Ellie Eliza, welcome to the Wolf Pack, Hartsford. Or Eli Eliza, welcome to the Wolf Pack. And again, guys, I apologize. I am a little under the weather, so I'm not gonna be as like spunky as I usually am. But I didn't want to miss you guys. So if you're wondering why I'm kind of like, that's the reason why. All right, guys, this article is from All That's Interesting. And it is, and I love this site. This site has so many cool things. It has stuff about, if you guys ever want to check out this website, and I'm not sponsored by them, I just like them. They have all kinds of cool stuff. Uh, like about history and true crime. Heather Salvatore saying Capone says hello. What's up, Capone? And thank you. So this is the chilling story of the SS Ourang, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, or Ourang Medan, the ghost ship whose entire crew died with faces frozen in terror. The SS Ourang Medan reportedly exploded in the Strait of Malacca sometime in the 1940s after its crew died under mysterious circumstances, but is it all just an eerie legend? And that is weird because my cover photo almost looks like that ship, and I didn't know what the ship looked like. Tammy, what's up? In the 1940s, a bizarre story began circulating in newspapers around the world. A ship called the SS Ourang Medan had reportedly exploded near Indonesia after its entire crew died under mysterious circumstances. Different versions of the tale vary slightly, with one even claiming that a lone survivor had washed up on the shore of the Marshall Islands. And with each version of the story came new theories about what had really happened to the ship. Some said the vessel was attacked by pirates. Others claimed it was smuggling dangerous chemicals that suffocated the crew and caused the ship to explode. And a few conspiracy theorists even believed the incident had supernatural causes. Since it first appeared, the legend of the Ourang Medan has been repeated again and again. But did the ship ever really exist? And if so, Why are there no records of it? What's up, Elaine? How's it going? D Nice goes, I know it's a ring, but I want to say orangutan. I know it kind of sounds like that. Julissa, what's up? The eerie legend of the SS Ourang Medan. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but it sounds close enough. The story of the SS Ourang Medan differs depending on the source, but one of the most popular versions of the tale states that the ship was traveling through the Strait of Malacca at some point during the 40s. Leonore, how's it going? Another ship that was nearby picked up a strange message coming from the Ourang Medan. We float, all officers, including the captain, dead in chart room and on the bridge, probably whole of crew, dead. I die. ... An American vessel called the Silver Star set out to investigate. When the ship came across the Ourang Medan, a group of men boarded it to find a grisly sight awaiting them. The entire crew was dead, teeth bared, with their upturned faces to the sun, staring as if in fear. Even the ship's dog had died mid-snarl. Strangely, however, none of the bodies showed any signs of physical injury. How creepy is that? The crew of the Silver Star was about to tow the SS Ourang Medan to port when they noticed smoke billowing from the vessel. The rescuers made it to safety just before the ship exploded. The Ourang Medan then sank to the bottom of the sea, never to be seen again. Many versions of the legend in there. However, one report claimed there was a lone survivor who provided more details about the ship's fate. So apparently, there was a survivor. A survival survivor tells his chilling story. As reported by the shipyard blog, one account of the SS Ourang Medan spoke of a man named Jerry Rabbit. What a great name. Mr. Rabbit, so how was your experience? Leonor goes with the dun dun dun. Rabbit reportedly washed up on the shores of the Marshall Islands in a lifeboat with 6 dead crew members 10 days after the Ourang Medan exploded. He made contact with a missionary and told him a peculiar tale of survival. Rabbit said that he had joined the crew of the Ourang Medan in Shanghai. He claimed that 15,000 crates of unknown cargo were loaded onto the vessel before it set off for Costa Rica. It was only then that Rabbit realized he had joined a smuggling operation. You know, when they said 15,000 crates of unknown cargo, I was thinking of the Dementor. And I go, yeah, it's carrying Dracula. That's what it reminded me of when I was reading that. So I guess this is Malacca in 2017. So this is kind of what the area looks like. But in 2017. When Rabbit heard his fellow crewmen complaining of stomach cramps, he grew suspicious. And when a crew member died, he knew he had to find out what the ship was carrying. He peeked at the vessel's logbook and discovered that the crates from China held sulfuric acid, potassium cyanide, and nitroglycerin. Rabbit suspected that the sulfuric acid was leaking, creating a gas that was slowly suffocating the crew. Ooh, that's some nasty chemicals. As more men started dropping dead, Rabbit and 6 others sneaked away in a lifeboat. None of his crewmates had survived the journey, and Rabbit himself died soon after, repeating his strange tale. Aside from one story printed in a 40s newspaper, there's no record of Jerry Rabbit's existence. In fact, there's no record of a ship by the name of the SS Ourang Medan at all. So now it even makes it even more mysterious. Dun dun dun! I need to get a button with that sound. with me doing it, but I just have to hit a button. Did the SS Ourang Medan ever exist? And then dun dun dun. Sorry, I'm kind of obsessed with that today. According to Lloyd's Register of Ships, which has kept a record of every merchant ship since 1764, no ship by the name of SS Ourang Medan was ever documented, and there are no official incident reports about the ship's sinking. What more, no evidence of the wreck was ever found in the Strait of Malacca or elsewhere. A German researcher named Professor Theodor Searsdorfer once found a 1953 publication titled The Death Ship in the South Seas that offered evidence about the incident. The book suggested that the Ourang Medan was indeed carrying potassium cyanide and nitroglycerin, which caused it to explode. If the ship sank either during or directly after World War II, the secrecy surrounding the vessel would make sense. Those materials were sensitive items to be transporting at the time. However, one reported account of the ship does not mean that it truly existed. Thank you, D Nice. D Nice goes, I looked around the interweb and you're seeing it like most people are ing or ing. You're good. All right. Thank you, D Nice. As Michael East, a history and true crime writer, told How Stuff Works, there's no shipping record of a vessel under that name. Nobody ever came forward to say they knew the ship or had served on her. Equally, the inconsistent dates constantly stand out, as does the changing locations. And I guess the it's saying that the legend of the ghost ship SS Ourang Medan still haunts mariners today. Chris Barber goes, sounds like whoever owns the ship was doing something illegal and made it all disappear. Possibility. Possibility. Indeed, the fact that so many versions of the story of the SS Ourang Medan have appeared over the years points to the tale being more fictional than truthful. The first newspaper account reportedly appeared in 1940 in Britain. However, it didn't make its way to the US until around 1948 when news of the Ourang Medan was printed in reputable publications such as the San Francisco Examiner. Why did the stories emerge 8 years apart, and what caused many of the details in them to differ so drastically? Today, there are still many questions that remain unanswered about the mystery of the SS Ourang Medan, so many, in fact, that the ship's tale has been relegated almost completely to the realm of legend. And I love folklore. So, guys, what do you think of this article? Do you think that the SS Ourang existed? Because it's actually, this article is actually saying that there's so many different stories that they don't even know. It's more of like a legend or folklore than it is truth. Though they did find one newspaper that had mentioned the ship. Joanne, what's up? I think it existed. I just think you know how a rumor goes when you tell one person, it ends up being twisted by the 20th person. So I feel like in some ways that ship has to be real, and what happened to it, there's some truth, some plausibility to it, and that it existed. But maybe the stories, because they're saying Mr. Rabbit. The only reason why I remember his last name because his last name is Rabbit. Mr. Rabbit, there's no record showing that he existed. So maybe his story wasn't wasn't plausible. Lisa Boo goes, it's plausible that existed. D Nice goes, there's a good possibility. I want to believe. Hashtag. D Nice goes, yeah, telephone. Chris Barber also said the telephone game. Tyrana goes, I think it's real. Leonora goes, the ship is sus. Possibly. Chris Barber goes, I believe it's real. I believe it's real. And it's probably, maybe what happened to the crew, because they were saying maybe because of the chemicals, it caused them to look like that. I'm not sure what the reaction with those chemicals could do to a person, but that could cause you to get really sick and maybe die in agony. So maybe that's why they were like, when they died. But Logical Spock goes, I saw something about the SS San Juan that sunk off the coast of South America somewhere, was found and had gold coins and stuff on it. Oh, super cool. Joanne goes, isn't folklore about food? Not necessarily. Elaine goes, was it an alias that they used? It could, you never know. Maybe that's why there's no, because of what it's carrying. That's a good question, actually. Because of what it was carrying, it was kind of during the war. Maybe they did use an alias, and that's the reason why there's no record of the ship. That's a very good question, Elaine. Chris Barber goes, true story, but embellished. I feel like that's a big possibility. Like I was saying earlier, like, you know how the truth could be here, one person telling it, but that one person telling it could have told the truth, but could have bended it. And then by the 20th person, they were like, did you know there was pirates on the ship and they did this and they did that? Leonore goes, possible hallucinations. All very possible. Just imagine that last person. Yeah, did you hear about the USS Ourang? There were pirates on that ship. Or they wouldn't even say pirates, like, because they were saying they were contorted with the snarl look. They could have said, yeah, there was the evil spirit of a mermaid and she came upon the ship. You know what I mean? That's like how it could have, like, someone could have twisted it so bad. Chris Barber goes, lots of good theories. Very good theories. Leonore, thank you for the super sticker. And it's of a hippo having fun on a chair. Hearts for Leonore. I love super stickers. Thank you, Leonore. That's awesome. Hearts for Leonore, guys. Joanne goes, gold coins are always good to find. Oh my gosh, if I found a gold coin on a ship, like on an old pirate ship, I would keep one. Because how cool is that to have one? I just want one. I wouldn't be greedy. They are good to find. Give me a second, guys. Chris Barber goes, could be cursed. It could be too. Gunner Girl, thank you for the super sticker of the corgi. Hearts for Gunner Girl. Thank you, Gunner Girl. I appreciate that. Hearts for Gunner Girl as well. You guys are awesome. Thank you. But that's still a strange story, nonetheless. I always like stories about ghost ships because you never know what the story can be. Because only the survivors know what exactly happened. And especially those way back in like the 40s or 50s. And guys, if you haven't done so already, when you get a chance, don't forget to smash that like button. And D Nice is saying thanks for pressing the like button. All right, I got the next article to continue the spookiness on your Saturday night. This is from the Sheraton Press. And this one I actually didn't read. Usually sometimes I kind of skim through it, but this one I did not skim through. So hopefully it's written good. Well, so this is from the Sheraton Press, and it's Fort Phil Kearny. Gruesome history lends intrigue to alleged paranormal encounters. Fort Phil Kearny? So Sheraton, Fort Phil Kearny was established by the U.S. Army on July 15th, 1866, with the original purpose of protecting freighters and travelers along the Bozeman Trail from Native American tribes. Standing for only 2 years, the fort would become the site of a deadly battle that spilled death for 81 men. Today, the fort's bloodiest history is the catalyst for ghost stories aplenty. Of two major battles at the fort, the one with the highest number of fatalities was the Fetterman Fight, also known as the Fetterman Massacre, or by the Lakota, Northern Cheyenne, and Arapaho Native American tribes involved, the Battle of 100 in the Hands. In the weeks preceding the battle, nearby supply freights were attacked by Native American tribes several times. On the morning of December 21st, 1866, Colonel Henry B. Carrington received word of another attack and ordered Captain James Powell to handle the threat. Instead, Captain William J. Fetterman offered to go with his men. Carrington agreed, but warned Fetterman not to pursue the warriors over Lodge Trail Ridge, where the U.S. soldiers would be out of view and therefore out of protection from the fort. At the taunting and insult of a few warriors at the site of the wood train, Fetterman disregarded Carrington's instruction and advanced over Lodge Trail Ridge in pursuit of the hecklers. On the other side were more than 1,500 Native American warriors from the three tribes. Within 30 minutes, Fetterman and all of his men were killed and mutilated in an orchestrated ambush, leading to the death toll of 81 American soldiers. Wow. Sherry Shada, superintendent of the Fort Phil Kearny State Historic Site, said the cemetery was one of the first facilities established upon the fort's construction. What's up, Doof Paranormal? Thank you for the super chat and the messages. That is all. Hearts for Doof. Thank you, Doof. You're awesome. There were just over 100 people buried in Fort Phil Cemetery, but 81 of them arrived in one day. Wow, Shada said. Following the disastrous Fetterman fight, the Bozeman Trail was shut down. In 1868, just 2 years after the fort went up, a treaty was signed at Fort Laramie to withdraw U.S. Army troops and return the land to the Native American tribes. As soon as the Army left the site, the Northern Cheyenne tribe ensured Fort Phil Kearny went up in flames and every last structure was burned to the ground. Hey there, Salvatore. I think you are. You're highlighted in green, so you should be. She's says I'm not a member. On my end, it looks like you are. All of the soldiers buried at Fort Phil Kearnys. I'm going to pronounce this like 5 different ways throughout this article. Cemetery were later exhumed and re-entered first at the Little Bighorn Battlefield's Last Stand Hill and finally at the Custer National Cemetery. A total of 111 soldiers were reburied. The bulk of those killed were from the Fetterman fight, and only 7 were officially identified. The remainder of the soldiers lie beneath headstones marked unknown. Wouldn't that, they exhumed them and they reburied them? Wouldn't that cause, like, I would not want to do that. I don't know, because this article doesn't say why they did that, but why would they exhume them and rebury them? Maybe as a record, but I would not do that. Elaine goes, that doesn't sound great. Asking for trouble. Yeah, that does not. Like, that's something I would not do. I feel like that's like, do not mess with the dead's resting place. That just seems like a little, no wonder. Yeah, I feel like there'd be some restless spirits because of that. Today, the site of what was once Fort Phil Kearny houses one wall constructed to look as it once did in 1866. The remainder of the site consists of walking paths dotted with plaques and markings signifying structures that used to be there. Southeast of the fort itself is the cemetery surrounded with white fence posts. Only 2 bodies remain buried there, not soldiers, but homesteaders. Leonora goes, don't mess with them. Heather Salvatore is going, no messing with spirits. Chris Barber goes, maybe the enemy was closing in on the graves? This sounds like this was after, though. This seemed like afterwards. The gruesome history of the site lends itself to a handful of paranormal encounters purported to be experienced there, Shada said. Local legends indicate an apparition of a soldier can sometimes be spotted trapsing along Little Piney Creek. Employees of the fort's on-site interpretive center alleged to have experienced the workings of a poltergeist. One of our employees thought we had a ghost because only books about Native Americans would fall off the shelves. It was so strange. It not only fell off the shelf, but went across the room. The binding was broken and we couldn't sell the book anymore, Shada said. How did it get that far? I don't know, but whenever she talked about it, something would fall behind her. She was really trying to figure out, are our shelves uneven? Is the floor uneven? How can I recreate this? And she just could not get it to happen again. Another example of a potential paranormal encounter, Shada said, was the experience of a clairvoyant who was invited to survey the fort, particularly where the Fetterman fight occurred. She was describing what she could see in her head. She was doing this motion with her hands, and she said, I see this guy running and doing this. And what she was mimicking was cocking a pew-pew, a huge pew-pew, Shada said. Right where she was, some archaeology had been done, and 3 pew-pews had been found. Like somebody was pew-pewing and running, and that's why these 3 pew-pews were spaced out the way they were. Her image that she was seeing lined up with some archaeology and science that had just been proven, so that's interesting. Fort Phil Kearny is located at 528 Wagon Box Road in Banner. The grounds are open for visitation year-round, and the Interpreter Center is open from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Wednesday through Sunday. This is an old article. So if you guys ever want to visit, there's the location. But that sounds like a pretty cool place to visit. But I don't know one thing uh I'm kind of was them moving the bodies like like exhuming them and reburying them. I don't know about that one. What do you guys feel about this article? I mean, it seems like a pretty cool place. Heather Salvatore goes, Trapsing is walking the line. Sigh, you must come to New England. Thank you. I did not know what that was, Heather Salvatore. Thank you. I appreciate that. Joanne goes, don't be moving dead bodies like chess pieces. Tyrana and Leonora both with my pew pewing. That's the only thing I have an issue with is the movie, but it didn't explain why they did it. I mean, everything was there was burnt down, obviously, so they recreated some things. But why did they move the bodies? And they said that there were 111. So that's kind of unsettling to me because I figure once the dead is buried, just leave them alone. Like that's kind of disrespecting. I feel like that I feel like I don't know what you guys think about it, but I feel like that's kind of disrespecting the dead. Joanne goes, messing with the bodies could freak out the spirits. Elaine goes, it's so strange. It is. I feel like they should have just unless they wanted to see how many people actually died, but still. Heather Salvatore goes, sometimes they have to move bodies, water flow, or other things. True. That could be it. Leonora goes, dude, leave it alone. Chris Barber goes, much disrespect. Unless something's like completely destroyed, like water flow or other things, I feel like they should just leave it alone. Heather Salvatore is going trap signing or sinning? Trap sinning. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate that. Tyrana goes disrespectful. Heather Salvatore goes trap sing. Trap sing. Leonard goes, if you live in Louisiana, leave it alone. I know in New Orleans they have everyone the coffins are above they don't bury anybody there. No? Joanne goes, water or not, bodies will still decompose. True. Maybe that was what the issue was, which I totally understand. But it still didn't explain, like, oh, they had to move the bodies because that makes more sense if they said something. Leonora goes, yeah, no, below sea level. I always thought the cemeteries, I've never been to New Orleans, but I've seen pictures and I always thought the cemeteries look cool in New Orleans. Because it kind of reminds me of the like the older cemeteries that we have here. Chris Barber goes, "They are cool, but go in a group." I mean, if it's during the day, I would go to a cemetery. I don't know about night. I may well, you know what? I'll go at night. Hell, it's nice and peaceful at night. Thank you, Joanne. She's saying, "Love your gloves." Oh, true. Chris Barber, I didn't think of that. Chris Barber was saying they are cool, but go in a group because of crime. True. I didn't think of that. Leonard goes, "They are cool, but if it floods, those things float." Oh no. True. Yeah, no, I don't know about that one. Yeah. I know they're cool, but I don't think of the aftermath though, Leonore. I don't think about flooding, but true. That would be kind of a disaster. That would. Just imagine. Oh, Chris, that's what I was thinking. Chris was going, that's part of the Katrina stuff. I was thinking that too, but I don't want to think about that because that's like, oh my gosh, that had to been, yeah, it's creepy. And it has to be like, what if one of them were your loved ones and you can't find their casket? Yeah. Or find their bodies that are supposed to be in the casket. Ooh, that must have been rough. I don't want to think about that. Tyretta goes shivering. Yeah, that's, yeah. I try not to think of that. All right, this one's from, I think, BNN. And it goes, paranormal experts investigate spooky happenings at a Gloucester old prison. A Gloucester old prison. I know I'm butchering it, guys. I'm sorry. Becomes the focus of a paranormal investigation aiming to uncover the truth behind its ghostly past. A night of mystery awaits. And that is an awesome place if that's what it is. That's a prison? Yeah, oh, of course. It said in the title, duh. But does not look like a prison at all. It looks like a mansion in a way, besides with two like greenhouses on the sides. G- Gloucestershire. Kyle, what's up? How's it going? Old prison in the Cotswolds, a site with a rich history and recent report of paranormal activities currently under investigation by a team from the Association of the Scientific Study of Anomalous Phenomenon. Phenomena. ASSAP. After Louise Chandler Mullins, the manager, experienced unexplained voices and saw an apparition last Halloween, the team, led by Nori Miles and Byron Hadley, aims to uncover the truth behind these eerie occurrences. Heather Salvatore goes, that this is why you need to visit New England to learn pronunciation. True. I've never been, I think I've been to Florida. That's about it on the East Coast. That's as far, and I think I've been to, well, it's not really considered the East Coast, but Michigan. I think that's as far as I've gone out that direction. And I've been to Arkansas. which is not considered the East Coast either, but that's as far as I've gone. Joanne goes Gloucester. History building with a ghostly past. The old prison at North Leach, known for its historical significance, has become the center of attention, not just for the past, but for the mysterious events unfolding within its walls. Louise Chandler Mullins encountered with what appeared to be the spirit of two men discussing in the old courtroom has prompted a thorough investigation by ASSAP, an organization dedicated to exploring the unexplained since 1981. This Saturday, the team of 6 paranormal investigators will spend the night at the prison focusing on the areas where the phenomenon had been most reported. Elaine goes, We were in NOLA last week. The graveyards were cool. I'm a bad mom, but I told the kids that they are buried above ground because of flooding. Bodies don't belong floating in the streets. A night of exploration and mystery. I don't know. I think somewhere Big Brother knows that I have my gloves on because the ad right here is where I got these gloves from. Go figure. So Big Brother's listening. A night of exploration and mystery. ASSAP, a National Register of Paranormal Investigators equipped with their expertise in the supernatural. Hold on, guys. Apologize. In the supernatural are set to delve into the mystery that shrouds the old prison. The investigation is not just a one-time visit, but part of a series aimed at getting to the bottom of the reported sightings and sounds. Nori Miles, deputy chairman and event coordinator of ASSAP, expresses excitement about the opportunity to study such a wonderfully atmospheric location. The team findings will be keenly awaited and later published, offering insights into whether the old prison's ghostly tales hold any truth. Kyle goes, coffins need to be on the side of the mountains to save the dead from floods, but then there could be avalanches too in the mountains. Chris Berger goes, someone told me I talk weird, typically Midwest accent to me. Leonore goes, oh, watch out for Big Brother 1994. Heather Salvatore goes, yes, New England, we speak funny, try some Polish too. They do. I don't know. Sometimes they know exactly. I don't know. I'll be talking about something and then the ad would pop up on my Facebook and I'm like, what the hell? Tyrana, thank you for your super sticker and it's of a hippo and you're waving. Thank you, Tyrana. Hearts for Tyrana, guys. Thank you, Tyrana. That's awesome. Leonor goes, I meant the book. 1984. Community and beyond awaits answers. The investigation into the old prison's paranormal activity has not only intrigued the local community in Gloucester, says sure, but that but has also attracted wider attention. As the team of experts work through the night, many are eager to learn what might be uncovered but the prison's spectral inhabitants. Whether the investigation will provide explanations for the strange happenings or deepen the mystery remains to be seen. Nonetheless, it underscores the enduring fascination with the paranormal and the historical narratives that buildings like the old prison carry with them. The exploration into the unknown is a reminder of the thin veil between the past and the present, and how some stories perhaps are never fully laid to rest. The outcome of ASSAP's investigation is eagerly anticipated, as it may shed light on the shadows that linger in the corners of the old prison. I wish there was more pictures of it besides this one, but what do you guys think of this prison? This does not even look like a prison. That does not look like a prison at all. It's beautiful. And look at all the houses around it. Oh my gosh. I mean, it just has this big old wall in the back, so I mean, that's the only dead giveaway, but what do you guys think of this? Heather Salvatore, you're killing me on that pronunciation. You're working too hard. I'm trying to say it right, Heather. Kyle goes prison for rich people. That's what that looks like. Chris says it like Gloucester. I even was practicing how to say it before the stream, and I'm still not saying it correctly. In my head, I was saying it correctly, but trying to pronounce it is another thing. Tyrana goes, it looks nice. It does. It does. It does not look like a prison. And I agree with what Kyle says. It's a prison for rich people. They're probably like, you cannot stay in this prison unless you have a salary of 200 pence or whatever. I don't even know how much 200 pence is. Gunner Girl goes, it's definitely a glamorous prison. Probably had catered meals. It probably had like its own chef. So I don't know. I could probably understand why people would hunt this place because look, it's beautiful. $2. All right. Well, at the time, that was a lot of money. Joanne goes, looks like a religious compound of some sort. Yes, it does. But you're not, Chris, you're not sure if it's $2? Joanne, it does. Heather Salvatore goes, a lot of New England prisons are made of old buildings, but not many look like that. Finally, you said it perfectly. Oh, so Chris Barber had the right Gloucester. Kyle goes, rich people get locked up with the entire mansion staff to wait on them. That wouldn't be prison, except you wouldn't be able to leave. So that would be the only downfall. But I don't think anybody would want to leave that. But we can't see inside. There's no what you call it, no pictures of the inside, so I can't really see what it looks like. Julissa goes, I wouldn't mind that prison. I wouldn't mind it either if that was the case. Thank you, Tyrana. Go. Hope you feel better soon. I just been sneezing all day today, so my nose is a bit running. So I apologize for me going like this. But I started sneezing this morning. And so I'm not sure if it's my allergies or if I caught Lewis's cold. Elaine goes, there are hanging coffins in the Philippines. What? There is? Hold on. Oh my gosh, there is. Check this out. That is crazy. Hold on. So this is from Atlas Obscura. Sagada, Philippines. Hundreds of wooden coffins dangle from the cliffs and caves in the Philippines. I think I've seen these before. I just did not remember them. The people of Sagada follow a unique burial ritual. The elderly carve their own coffins out of hollowed logs. If they are too weak or ill, their families prepare their coffin instead. The dead are placed inside their coffins, sometimes breaking their bones in the process of fitting them in, and the coffins are brought to a cave for burial. Instead of being placed into the ground, the coffins are hung either inside the caves or on the face of the cliffs near near the hanging coffins of their ancestors. The Sagada people have been practicing such burials for over 2,000 years, and some of the coffins are well over a century old. Eventually, the coffins deteriorate and fall from their precarious positions. The reason the coffins were hung was due to the belief that the higher the dead were placed, the greater chance of their spirits reaching a higher nature in the afterlife. Many of the locations of the coffins are difficult to reach and obviously should be left alone out of respect, but can be appreciated from afar. Julissa goes, I've never seen that or heard of it. I learned something new today. Tarana goes, that's so crazy. Matthew, I think I've seen it before, but it wasn't on Destination Truth. Oh my gosh, I don't want a free book. No, before you go, do not touch or walk under the coffins. Bring binoculars or a telephoto camera to view these remarkable coffins from a respectful distance. From Manila, by bus or private car, travel north to it's actually telling you where to go. So if you guys are ever in the Philippines, travel north to Mountain Province. For commuters, you can find buses in Cubao headed directly to Sagada. The alternative is to hop on a bus headed to either Banu or Bigu and then transfer to respective public rides bound to Sagada. During summer, it will take you about 12 to 13 hours to reach Sagada. During the rainy season, not only is travel time longer, but the roads also become very dangerous and sometimes closed due to landslides. Whoa, guys, whoa. Wow, that's amazing. It's crazy but amazing at the same time. This picture on the right is crazy. Or left is crazy. Joanne goes, that is a beautiful ritual. It is. Elaine also saw it on Destination Truth. Leonora goes, what? Chris is like, nope. Leonora is going to ask D Nice. That is super neat. That is super neat. That is a beautiful ritual. Tyrannus like, nope. Chris Bourbon goes, I'd rather go to the beach on vacation. I would love to see. I don't know why. That's kind of not to be morbid or anything, but that's it's kind of beautiful to see other uh cultures rituals. But I see what you mean, Chris. Leonor goes iffy. The only thing I would not. I mean, I guess you'd have to look through binoculars so you're not actually, but to see a skull just staring right back at you like in one of those pictures, I think I would be kind of eerie that I would take something home with me or something would follow me. That's the only thing. Heather Salvatore goes, I so respect that. I live across from an American burial ground and I see scavengers steal their stuff. It makes me so mad. Oh, that does. Like, respect the dead. That would make me mad too. I hope those scavengers have there's I hope there's a curse on those stuff that they take cuz that's just that would make me so mad too. Chris Berger goes, I'm all for other cultures, but that's a bit more of a workout than I want on vacation. Leonard goes, have you heard of the dead monks in a church? No, I haven't. No way. Really? There's that too? I have not heard that. Leonora, is it in Rome? Heather Salvatore goes, UMass Amherst thieves. Oh, bastards. As one of my ex coworkers used to always say, we used to joke around. That was one of his isms. Kyle goes, it's called tree pod burial. Oh my gosh, they have that here, Kyle. Well, this one I found I don't want to download PDF. Okay, this one is in Rome, so I'm not sure if it's the same. Invisible Rose! Thank you. So this one's in Wanted. It's from Wanted in Rome. Rome's Capuchin Crypt, face to face with death. Something straight out of an Indiana Jones movie. Skulls and bones of the Capuchin friars on Via Veneto in Rome. I don't know. I don't know if I would want to to go through a tree pod burial. I don't know about that one, Kyle. The vaults and walls of the crypt in the Capuchin Church of Saint Maria della Concezione on Rome's Via Veneto are decorated with the bones and skulls of some 3,700 friars who died between 1528 and 1870. When the friars left behind their old masonry or monastery to move to their new church in 1631, they brought with them 300 cartloads of bones belonging to deceased friars. With the dead of each monk over the subsequent centuries, the dead were buried in the crypt without coffins in soil said to have been brought from Jerusalem by order of Pope Urban the Eighth. Whoa, that is trippy. I don't know if I want to be in that crypt. That is crazy. The practice involved the longest buried friar being exhumed to make space for the newly deceased. With the reclaimed bones added to decorative motifs on the walls of the 6 small rooms in the crypt, bodies typically spent 30 years decomposing in the soil before being exhumed. The Catholic order insists that the display of human bones is not meant to be macabre, but a silent reminder of the swift passage of life on earth and our own mortality. The crypt can be visited daily, so you can visit this crypt. 10 to 7. Tickets cost for adults, for children aged 7 to 18, when in Rome. That is crazy. Would you guys, if you're in Rome, would you guys visit this to see this? I would. This is amazing. Joanne goes, there's a place in Montreal where they have the monk's heart as a relic. Chris Barber goes, there's certainly a lot of different ways to honor the dead. Wow. Heather Salvatore goes, there in the French catacombs. I've heard of the French catacombs. I have not yet talked about them, but I've heard of them. That gives me an idea for a future show. Heather Salvatore goes, bring your kids. I'm pretty sure people do, because I mean that it's not. I feel like this is, I don't know. I feel like this is nothing sinister about this or anything. I feel like it's more of a, but they brought 300 bones with them. Oh my gosh. That is just crazy. That's super cool though. Wow. And then someone had to place all these skulls. Wow. Yeah, I don't feel like this is a bad place to visit. Joanne goes, creative display of bones can be found all over the world. Gunner Girl's like, nope. Game over. Leonard goes 300, but there are more out there in other countries. Heather Salvatore goes 3,000 skelly ducks. Imagine, guys, if there were 3,000 skeleducks. Oh my gosh. I think that would be a cool place to go and to kind of give your respects. I don't feel like this is, I don't know, this to me does not I don't feel like this is a bad thing, like a bad place to go and visit. I feel like it would be more of a blessing to go and see than something bad. And I feel like those were not disrespected in any way. Leonor goes respect. Yeah, I feel like it's more of a blessing to get to see that and be able to experience. Like it's a good vibe place. It's a little creepy. I agree with you, Julius. It'd be a little creepy, but I don't feel like it's a bad juju place. Be more of a place to pay your respects to the friars. I'm pretty sure, like, because they're saying it's adult thing. I'm pretty sure someone brought their kids to see that. Probably in Rome, but all right, guys, I have a video I'd like to share. And just a little warning, if you guys are afraid of a certain thing, beware with this video. I'm giving you a little warning. If you guys like them, then don't worry about it. So this one's off of Instagram. I kind of thought it's kind of, I've seen this video, like different types of videos pop up with the same person in it. But I kind of wanted to share this one because I thought this was kind of cool. I kind of wish there was another one that was kind of um saying something. If I can find that one too, I'll share it. Probably on another stream. But there's one I saw with the same person in it, and I thought it was hilarious. But this one, if you're afraid, I'm giving you a little warning. Just beware, because there's it kind of does something. But this one's on Instagram. Making sure you guys could see it, because Instagram kind of, that's as big as it gets. It got me the second time. I was not expecting that. So that's the jump scare of the day. I haven't done that in a while. Yeah, it's kind of like I've seen this guy. He does several different ones. There's one I need to find the other one that I saw the other day. It kind of was like people in horror movies be like, and it was kind of hilarious, and I wanted to share it. Chris Bird goes, "That was freaking hilarious." And it was funny because it was, I was like, yeah, that is it. So if I could find it. Heather Salvatore goes, as a hairdresser, I hate his hair. It got me the second time, and I saw it already because I still don't expect it to be right there. I was like, but I thought that was kinda I've seen him around, he does, like, different videos. And I wanted to share because that got me because I was not expecting that. And then it kinda made sense though, because sometimes when you have a dream and then you see a dark reason you're scared of a dark room for no reason. It makes sense in some ways. Alright, this one's from TikTok. Nerd Report Lewis sent me this one. Chris Bird goes look like that chick from Fright Night movie. So this one's from TikTok. There's no jump scare in this one. Heather was like, "Was that supposed to scare me?" It's a little jump scare. Little. So this one is from TikTok. Lewis kind of shared it with me. Thought it was kind of interesting. I'm not sure what's going on. Make sure you guys can see it. Yeah, you guys can see it.
Han aparecido estas criaturas de una tribu que vive oculta en los bosques de Indonesia. Son nómadas. Por el día habitan zonas fluviales y por la noche se esconden en cuevas. No superan el 1,5 metros de altura. Poseen largas melenas que no cortan por diferentes motivos. Las usan para el apareamiento. Cuanto más larga la melena, más opciones de conseguir pareja. También a modo de cama para acomodarse en el suelo mientras duermen. Además, las utilizan como camuflaje ante posibles peligros.
Daisy, what's
Estas
up?
criaturas aparecieron en una aldea desorientados y les dieron alimentos que nunca antes habían comido. ¿Creéis que deberíamos dejarles desarrollarse de forma natural? O tal vez la intervención del hombre civilizado les ayude a superar sus dificultades.
Oh no, I lost it. So I was saying some oh, I lost it. Where'd it go? It disappeared. Hold on. Let me find it again. It said something because my Spanish isn't that great. It says nomadas. It's like a tribe in Indonesia. Matthew goes fake people in costumes. Heather Salvatore goes human arms humping trees. That's what it looked like to me. I'm not gonna lie. Leonard goes W2TF. I understand the Spanish. It's BS. I kind of understood a little bit of it. Julissa agrees. Good girl doesn't buy it because it's easy to just paint someone, give them like this big old crazy looking wig. Daisy goes, I understood it. It sounded fake. Marcella, how's it going? Elaine goes, not buying it. Marcella, I'm still thinking about the popsicle thing. It's still running through my head. I'm still not connecting the dots yet, but I'm still thinking about it. Julissa goes, yes, no one has skin that color. Tyranna goes, fake. Dusty goes, I think I see Skeleduck. Leonore does not believe it. I don't know what to think about it because nowadays they even mention it when they do documentaries. Is nowadays it's like everyone just wants to post a video on TikTok saying like, "Look, this is what it is." So I kind of agree with you, Leonora, that I think it's just people. But they're that it's just people and someone trying to get TikTok viral. Heather Salvatore is going. It said something about a tribe in Indonesia or something. That's all I got out of it. Joanne goes fake because my Spanish isn't that great. And both Daisy and Leonora understood what it said, and they're saying it's fake. So I'm gonna go with it. Joanne goes bad Halloween costumes. It's kind of hard to believe what's the videos nowadays unless you're actually there. And I know there's tribes that we don't even know about that that are out there. I can read, but they were using some words that I've never heard of, so that's where and I can understand as long as you're not speaking too fast. Got another one, and this is another one from TikTok, and it's kind of like a compilation of spooky vids. It is Marcella. It's cold. Marcella's saying it's rainy and cold here. It is definitely. And it was windy earlier here too as well. That looks like her foot. There's no sound on this, guys. On this part. I don't know why there's no sound. I saw the edit on that one. What do you guys think of those videos? Brandon, what's up? Heather Salvatore goes, played again. The salon one? Give me a second. Hold on here. I gotta pull it up a different way. Give me a second, guys. Where is it? I think it's this one. I think it's this one. I can't explain this one. This is the one where I'm getting. I'm gonna play this one, and then the salon one should be right after this one. This one, I did, unless there was like an earthquake or something. I feel like a car hit the building on this one. This one isn't anything paranormal. Chris Barber goes, could a car have ran into building? That's what I was thinking. Elaine goes, oh my god, Lisa, we said the same thing at the same time. Jinx! Matthew goes, more than likely pipes under the floor, talking about the tile being lifted up. That's the one where I'm kind of perplexed. With the tile. That is crazy. Leonard goes, it could be an earthquake. Julissa goes, her acting seems bad. That's what I was thinking too about the salon one. Matthew goes, too much straight lines to be natural. Yeah, because it kind of just goes down. You're right, Matthew. But it still was like, what the heck is that? Like, I was trying to think what could cause that. Julissa goes, okay, the tile one is pretty cool. Because that one I can. But Matthew saying it's pipes underneath the floor. But that was the one that I couldn't think of anything like, how could that happen unless there's an earthquake? You know what I mean? But you don't hear like things shaking. But the salon one, it could be either a car hit the wall, but with the bad acting. Oh, I can't talk today. It could have been set up too as well. Heather Salvatore goes, the hair salon looks fake. It could be set up very well. But I didn't think when I first saw it anyways, I didn't think it was something paranormal. It was like something hit the wall. But she's like, oh my gosh. So, and the guy was like, are you okay? I don't think if that happened, I would still be sitting in the chair. I think I'd be kind of running away. All right, guys, I'm going to open it up for questions, answers, comments. Heather Salvatore goes, the pad is too far under the chair. I was trying to look at it. I'm like, cursed barber goes really big mice. Joanne goes, saw an old lady drive into a building, thought she was in reverse and she hit the gas. I've heard that's happened here a lot too, where people they did that. And even where I used to work, someone was in a Tesla and they went forward instead of in reverse. Don't ask me how you could do that, but especially in a Tesla, but Leonora goes, depending on how the building was built. That's true, because I don't know the building. I don't know what it looks like on the outside. I don't know how old the building is. I just see the video. Or it could be huge mice. Like morphed out mice. But I've seen that happen where people hit uh they hit gas instead of the brake, or they thought they were in reverse and they were in drive. Joanne goes, she didn't know she hit the building. She was okay. Oh, wow. That is crazy, but I'm glad she's okay, though. Chris Barr goes, like in the movie Food for Gods. I have never seen that one. Heather Salvatore says, my dad, I know when my dad was, he, before they took his license away, he would drive to the gym at 2 in the morning thinking it was 5 in the morning. Like, he had no sense of time. Like, he lost the sense of time. So he never crashed into anybody, thank goodness, but it's just he had no track of time. So he'd be leaving the house like at 3 in the morning. And my stepmom would be like, where are you going? The gym. At 2 in the morning? Kyle goes, P does look like an R when you're drunk. True. And I've driven on the freeway a couple times and I've seen drunk drivers, and it's kind of scary. Elaine goes, my grandpa at the bank. Heather Salvatore goes, yes, Twilight. Chris Berger goes, an old 70s music, speaking of foods of the gods. I have not seen that. I've never heard of that one, too. Leonard goes, I got to Torrey Place and it still exists, and I don't go to the gym. Shiloh Toto, what's up? You made it for questions and answers. I finished it a little early, so I'm gonna with my article, so I'm gonna stick with questions and answers. And just have a little hangout here. I believe Nerd Report Daily's gonna go on, if I'm not mistaken, here at 10. Yes, so if you guys, after the stream, we're gonna head over to Nerd Report Daily. Guys, keep the questions going. How's your weekend going? Joanne goes, I haven't started yet. I need to start. I was thinking the other day, I was like, oh, I should pick up, because I have kits already that I had bought. I have kits that I bought a while ago, and I just haven't had a chance to start them. So I will get into those. Leonard goes, I meant they won't go to their gym. Oh, okay. I'm trying not to sneeze. I took an allergy pill too, and it's still, so I'm guessing it might be cold. I'm like, ugh. Joanne, I have to check. I did write that YouTube down. I will check it out. I will start one of these days. So if you guys want to start to crochet, Joanne has suggested Bago Day on YouTube. It's a great name too. Major sniffles. Leonora's saying Lisa's got the sniffles. I do. I don't want the mocos to come rolling down while I'm on stream. I keep muting it so I can like I'm like, watch, I'm probably like alright guys, keep the questions going. Daisy saying I have a creepy story. Last weekend my kids and I spent the night at my BF's house. The next morning after he left to work at 5 a.m. I went back to sleep, but woke up to hearing my to be continued. Waiting on Daisy's. Alright guys, real quick while I'm waiting on Daisy's story or the rest of her story. Skeleduck is right there. I kind of made it a little easy, but it is right there. Right where my finger's pointing. Joanne goes, first inspection of my bees tomorrow. So it is, Julissa, you were right. It is by the Chucky. So Daisy's continuing her story. She heard her daughter calling out for me. Mom, 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 in a soft voice, getting lower to a whisper each time, and I called out her name and got no response. The bedroom door is around the corner from where the bed. Ooh. Heather Salvatore, I do need to get some tea. I do like some hot tea every once in a while. Daisy's continuing her story. The bedroom door is around the corner from where the bed is located, so you can't tell if anyone is on the door unless you get up. But I don't know why, but I knew it wasn't her and was too scared to get up, so I went back to sleep. But then again, shortly after, I heard, whoa, that's scary, Daisy. That is super scary. Julissa, Elaine, and Tyran are all saying spooky. It is spooky. As we wait for the continuation of Daisy's story. Mom, mom, mom. Daisy continues, mom, 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 but this time in my son's voice, and again in very low voice, becoming a faint whisper. I called out my son's name and no response. I was like, F that. Plus, it was still dark. So I went, oh my gosh, Daisy. Ooh, scary. Back to sleep again. Daisy continues, when we the kids got up, I asked if they were by the door calling me, and they both said nope. Oh my gosh. Daisy, does your BF live in like an old house? That is scary. Joanne is saying kids are playing with you. I still think it's scary. That's scary. That is a scary story. Thank you, Daisy, for sharing. That's crazy. And then Daisy goes, then today when I was at my BF's house, today my BF tells me he thinks something is in the house and has been thinking something is in the house and has been thinking this but didn't want to say anything. What? Kyle goes, Danny isn't here, Mrs. Torres. Heather Salvatore goes, talk to the house, respect it. Joanne goes, scary, no doubt, kids will be kids. Daisy, I'm sure he didn't want to say anything because he didn't want to scare you. But still, though. Chris Barber with the red rum. Daisy goes, I told him I've been feeling this eerie feeling for the past month here, too, and I didn't want to say anything either. So both of you guys didn't want to say anything. Wow, that's crazy. Daisy, is it an old house or anything, or is it just... Daisy goes, I know it's not my kids because my kids don't know how to lie, and when I told them, they got scared. Wow. Daisy says the house was built in 2002. Wow, that's creepy. Chris Barber goes, sometimes people think you're nuts if you tell them that. True. That's very true. But I'm like, if you tell me that, I'm like, really? Like, I don't think of someone crazy if they tell me that. Heather Salvatore goes, all houses have attitudes. Gunner Girl goes, the cemetery stories remind me of Poltergeist when the bodies come up from the ground in the rain. Oh, yes. I was thinking of that one. When they were moving the bodies at that fort, I was exactly thinking that. I was thinking of Poltergeist. It goes, you moved the gravestones, but you didn't move the bodies. Great movie. I love that. I can watch that movie over and over again. The first two. The third one, I mean, I still can watch it, but I don't like it as much as I like the first two. Daisy goes, I know this sounds stupid, but the fire alarms keep beeping once randomly throughout the house, and I had told them it was because the batteries were low. Joanne goes, maybe there's a dead monk buried under the house. Especially the preacher in 2. Daisy goes, but it's weird because it only happens at night. Huh. Marcella goes, I had guitar lessons for a year every week in a graveyard. That is so cool. I don't know why I find that cool, but it is. And Heather Salvatore, I agree, never stupid. Daisy goes, and it always scares the poop out of us because it's so damn loud. Wow. Daisy, does it happen at the same time? Or at different times at night? Daisy goes, so we changed the batteries and it's still happening. Joanne goes, smudge the house or get a priest in there. Depends on if you think it's a really bad spirit, then I would. If you don't, then. Or at least smudge. But then sometimes that might piss it off depending on what it is. Daisy goes, I haven't thought about it if it happens at the exact same time, but it's always while we're sleeping. Oh, wow. Ooh, that's scary. And they have changed the batteries to the fire alarms. So it's like Daisy, it's like they're going off, or is it just that beeping noise when it's just the beeping noise, right? Like when you need to replace the batteries. Not the actual fire alarm beeping, right? That's scary though, nonetheless. Gutter Girl goes, I would probably move Daisy. Leonora goes, it is what it is. Don't make me pull the sage. Joanne goes, it's a bad spirit if it's creeping you out. Heather Salvador goes, talk to the house, but clean the stupid fire, blow the fire stuff. Always happens. 3-ish. Daisy goes, just one beep. That's why we thought it was the batteries. Okay, so it's just the beeping. That's still crazy. Even after you change the batteries and it still beeps. Wow, creepy. I don't know if I'd be able to sleep in the house after that. And it's mimicking your kid's voice. That's the scary thing. Whoa. Rich Buddy going tip to chat. Don't ever reach into a garbage disposal unless it's unplugged. You can lose your fingers. Very true. Very true, Rich Buddy. I still get kind of, even if it's unplugged, I still get, I try not to put my fingers in it, period. Tyranna goes, so very creepy. Joanne goes, try to find out what the spirit is trying to communicate. You could, but the fact that it mimicked your kids, Daisy, that kind of is unsettling. And it was saying mom over and over again. That's trippy. Ooh, that was, I don't know if I'd be able to sleep in the house after that. I really, without your boyfriend there, I don't think I could be there with by myself. That would scare me. Leonor is like sage and speak. Like, I feel when sometimes when I walk in here, I feel unsettling things, but I don't it's not enough for me. Like, I feel like I need to sage because I don't feel like it's something bad. Rich Buddy goes, my cousin's spirit communicated with me while he was in a coma, asking me what's happening to him. I could sense the disbelief. Oh, wow. But then Daisy kind of called out to it. So you kind of acknowledged it in the same way. So it's like, Daisy goes, a couple days ago, the ceiling light inside the house at the entrance was flickering when I turned it on, and we barely used that light. And when I went to get my BF, it stopped. So he didn't believe me. What? Yeah, I feel like with you, it's time to sage Daisy. And the entire house, even the outside. Joanne's saying maybe an electrical issue. Dusty Lane goes, my friend had that happen in a house she was renting. A couple items, couple times heard her son calling for her down the hall. When she checked, he was sound asleep. Oh, that's creepy. I mean, I've had that happen to me. I'll be sitting on the couch watching TV. At the time, this happened years ago. I was sitting on the couch, and night and day, I heard someone call out my name. And I was like, Daisy goes, at least he pretended he didn't, because today he showed me 3 of the ceiling lights in the kitchen went out, and that's when he told me he thinks something is in the house or there's electrical issues. Could be 2 things. Rich Buddy goes, besides feeling it, I had lights go on and off, and my family saw 2 items clearly get tossed off the shelves. Wow. That is that is crazy. Both stories are crazy. Both Daisy's and Rich's. Daisy continues, he just didn't want to acknowledge it. Could be a spirit because he didn't want to give it energy if it is. Regardless of that, if it is a spirit, it's gonna draw energy from you guys. If so, regardless of you acknowledging it or not, it's gonna find ways for you to acknowledge it or draw energy from you and your BF. Somehow, it's gonna cause something. That's still scary. That is just scary. Both of your Rich Buddies and Daisy's stories are crazy. Daisy continues, but he's not the type to fall easily into paranormal. So for him to say he feels that there may be something in the house confirmed why I've been feeling eerie in his house for the past months. Excuse me. That is crazy. That is crazy. Especially when he's not he's not a paranormal type person, so he's not gonna automatically think. He's gonna find other explanations as to why things are happening. Daisy goes, he lost his ex-wife last April, but I'm just gonna ooh, wow. Maybe she doesn't like you in her house? Possibility. I'm hoping she doesn't, but wow. Possibility, Daisy, possibility. That's crazy though. Very possibility. She may not like you being there, Daisy. Rich Buddy goes, Spock would say the fact that things are logical in itself is illogical. All right, guys, any last minute questions? And we're going to head over to Nerd Report Daily. Daisy said, like I said, I'm just going to shut. Yeah, you don't want to go down that rabbit hole, Daisy. You don't want to think that because that's just going to cause, especially if you're staying in the house. Yeah, I get it. All right, guys, any last minute questions before we head over to Nerd Report Daily? And you should automatically be redirected there. I'll wait a few minute or so for any last questions. Daisy goes, exactly. I've been trying to ignore the possibilities. Thank you, Tyrannigo, and thank you for the awesome stream. Thank you, Lisa. As I try not to sneeze. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream here. We're going to head over to Nerd Report Daily. It should automatically redirect you. So we could check out and hang out with Bernadette and Brandon over there. Thank you for joining me. You guys are all awesome. I'm always love hanging out with y'all. And I will see you on the next one, which should be on Monday. So good night, guys, and I'll see you over at Nerd Report Daily. And thank you again, and stay spooky. Good night, guys.